Disney List Time. This is where we share some of our favorites and maybe some least favorites of a topic. Today, we are sharing with you all the feels when it comes to the best attractions in Fantasyland at Magic Kingdom Park at Walt Disney World. There is so much in this land, especially as many years ago, this land increased in size with new Fantasyland being added onto it, as well as the Storybook Circus area, all sort of rounding out Fantasyland in general. Here with us to discuss today, Tyler Crouch, Katrina Manzoni, and out in the Magic Kingdom, Garrett Hassel. We'll start here with Katrina. What are some of the things you enjoy the most, some of the best attractions in your mind when it comes to Fantasyland at the Magic Kingdom?
I always have a soft spot for Peter Pan. That's one of the things, and like their Peter Pan is like triple as long as the Disneyland Peter Pan, because that was like my first love. But then what blew my mind was when they redid the queue. And they made it so magical. And really I'm like, why can't we have queues like this in Disneyland? And they made it so interactive. And then, you and it sucks too, because like you're hoping that there's going to be a line so you can enjoy the kids' playroom. Mm-hmm. And then so you can see Tinkerbell go from one side to the other side and that kind of stuff. And then when you're entering in and you can see like the shadows, and then you get to kind of like play. There's like a section where they kind of like, I don't know how they do it, but you see your shadow and then there's like butterflies that come around, and then you can hold your finger out and the butterfly will land on it, or you turn into a butterfly and then you explode into like 20 billion butterflies, or you can like hit a light and then the light will like actually like move and stuff. So it's actually really fun.
Yeah.
So you're like hoping that there's a wait to get inside so you can enjoy it, and then if it's working, you get to go in this like little hallway and then you see this pixie dust. And then if you clap really hard and everybody claps, more pixie dust comes down. And so people think you're nuts because you keep clapping, and then you're like, clap, everybody clap. And then everybody's like, I guess. And they look at you like kind of like you're nuts. And then it doesn't work. And then you're like, well, I look like a crazy person. But when it does work, those kids' faces, I just did something for them.
Illuminates the
I
world.
helped them. I saved their day. I was the best person in the world. And the parents are like, thanks. And anyway, so I love Peter Pan. Super great. My next one is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Of course.
Even they had a really cool queue too.
Yeah.
Their queue was legit, but then they took it away because there was a section where you could like just match like it was like a little logs with like, it looked like water was like streaming down with like the gems, and then you can take the gems and sort them and whatnot to keep the kids active.
What a dwarf might be doing.
Yeah. And then they took it away. They're like, nah, this is like holding up the queue. I don't know what their excuse was, or they couldn't like keep up with the technology. I don't know. That, and then they have like a really cool like little light effect where you can put your hands under the light and makes like sounds and stuff.
Yeah.
So fun. And then the twisting of the barrels
that's right.
The inside the queue. And so if everybody twists the barrels,
that's the one where I'm actually yelling at everybody else. Yeah. I'm like, everybody spin your barrel, let's go.
And then you see Snow White in the middle.
Yeah, right. You see Snow White if everybody spins the barrels.
So like some people are just like slowly just like, I was like, no, faster. And then and then they finally see it, and they finally all get the hint.
So
you're screaming, kid, come on.
You're screaming at Peter Pan, and you're screaming over at Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yeah,
we're the screamers. Yeah. So it's always, those are like always like the fun rides, and then I guess my last, it's tough.
It's a big land.
Yeah,
a lot going on.
We have a Little Mermaid, so it's not like I don't need to say that one. So I decided with I don't know, like Winnie the Pooh. That's always a fun ride because it's different than ours. Mm-hmm. So and then even their queue is really cool too. I mean, they have all the honey that's like melting or like flowing over, and then you can like touch it. But now no one wants to touch it because
not
it's
very
like
COVID friendly.
Now I think about it, I'm like, I don't want to touch it.
So many germs.
But like you can like move your fingers around, then you can find like hidden characters in the honey, and then you have these like little buzzing bees like for the kids to like move along.
Oh yeah, little honey pots, and you move the bees, and and
then like it gets like the more you move it, the louder the buzz gets. And so it's always just fun to get like the kids active and whatnot. And then it kept me busy.
And the Katrina's
and
active
the Katrina
and whatnot.
busy. I was just like smeared all the honey around, and now I'm like, oh god, I don't want to do more.
I'm like, ooh, peace and quiet over here.
Jeez.
But anyway, it's like super fun. Those are my three.
So I think the the point of all of this so far
queues.
is, wouldn't it be great if Disneyland had enough space to build out queues like Disney Worlds and Fantasyland?
Can you imagine like a Pinocchio queue of what they would do? Like that
To
would be
have the
so
space.
spooky. And then I mean the Snow White one is now going to be different, so it's not going to be like scary or something with the witch. But I mean, I wish we could have a queue space like that, but we just cannot.
Here.
But,
Yeah. Well, let's jump out to Walt Disney World. Standing by for us in the Magic Kingdom is Garrett Hassel, our Florida reporter. What are some of the, in terms of topping your list, some of the best Fantasyland attractions out there for you?
So I've got to go with Peter Pan, just like Katrina. I actually haven't gone on it in, I want to say 2 or 3 years. It's just not an attraction I go on usually because it's 85-minute wait, and I'm just not about that. And speaking of Peter Pan, Tinkerbell is actually coming by right now in a cavalcade. So
Peter,
all that going by. Yeah, Peter. But I went on that about 2 weeks ago, and I was like, this queue is gorgeous. It is so it's enchanting. It welcomes you in, and in a way, it's almost better than the actual attraction itself. Just because I've gone on the attraction, and it looks good for when it was created back in the 70s. But I hope in the future it gets some enhancements like the one in Shanghai does, where it uses projection mapping and that sort of thing.
Oh, that would be cool.
My number 2. I'm not sure if it's really an attraction, but Enchanted Tales with Belle.
Absolutely.
Just because I'm impressed with the Imagineering that they did in it, especially when you're in the queue and then the mirror tells the story and then it grows. I still cannot figure out how they achieve this magic. It's more like witchcraft than magic, honestly.
Yeah.
But that mirror is amazing. And then when you get to pick your characters by the wardrobe, and then you go in and Belle and Lumiere there, it's immersive, it's enchanting, and that's why it's Enchanting Tales of Belle. But Enchanting Tales of Belle is just, it's story driven, and I love how there's that character interaction. And I look forward to when you can do it again with Belle telling the story and you playing a major role, just because it's always so cute when you get a little boy that's the beast and he roars. It's like, "Roar!" and you're just like, like you have to do that. I always choose to be the guard, so I just stand there. But
I was just about to ask you that.
Role.
Have you ever played a role? So you've been a guard. Have you ever played any other role?
No, I've been a guard actually 7 times, so I'm pretty much stationed in there, and it's an honorable role nonetheless. Because as Disney says, every role is a starring role, and
Toe that line.
I play that with honor and respect, and the lines I've memorized, I can do it perfectly whenever I need to. And moving on, probably the last one has to be Seven Dwarfs Mine, just because
of course
it's new. It's quite amazing, really. I just do not think it's worth a 45-minute wait. Those that waited in it for 2 hours, my heart goes out to you. You are a lot braver than I. I'll only hop on that thing if either I've got a fast pass, a return pass, or it's 25 minutes long. I'll wait 25 minutes because usually it's more like 15.
Yeah.
But 2 hours, I'm not going to do that, especially in the hot Florida sun in the summertime. It's just not doable. The way it twists and turns and just how it whips you around, it's an amazing ride tech. And when those audio animatronics came out, I was just beyond impressed. It's because they made the dwarves look so realistic with the eyes and just their facial structure and movement, and they look so much better than Frozen Ever After, which came out after. Frozen Ever After, it's frightening, even though it's a similar technology. But
frightening.
Seven Dwarfs Mine
It's
it's great, and plus at the end of the ride, you see some aspects of the old attraction there, whether it's the old lady or the old woman that was the queen, or you see Snow dancing around with the dwarves. It's a nice little ending for that ride. Like the queue in that, like Katrina and Tyler said, it's top of the line, and yeah, I hope we get more attractions like that. Just not so short, because I'm not going to wait 2 hours for something that's only 30 seconds long.
We understand, yes, and I will tell you, sir, that when it comes to Enchanted Tales with Belle, I too have served in the role of guard, in the role of knight, or whatever it is in the background. So I stand by with my shield and my helmet, and I say nothing. But it is a great moment back there, and I think one day you and I shall have a guard off, a role dual play, perhaps. Garrett, we'll see what happens with that.
I'm already ready.
I have no doubt. I can get pretty animated.
For standing still?
Yep.
I cannot wait. This is going to be truly
I need to be there to film this so that we can put this up on the Kingdom Report YouTube channel.
I'm gonna vlog it, and you're just gonna see the camera rotate slowly outward, and I'm gonna just side eye, and then it goes back in. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. Tyler, you got to be there to pick the winner.
Let's do
Katrina,
this.
You can just
I have to pick the winner? Wow. Oh my
goodness.
Wow. I didn't know Tyler was the judge.
It's a competition.
Just hold the bags, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a guard off. That's for sure. I'm going to hold you to it. Well, Tyler, what tops your list? Best of Fantasyland Magic Kingdom.
Number one on my list, Rapunzel restrooms. No.
Hell yeah.
No. I'm going back and forth on what I want to say because I feel like everybody's going to pick, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Peter Pan, like that. Those are on my list as well. Like, but I think I'm going to go with something a little more kind of off to the side, and I'm going to go with the Casey Jr. soak and splash play area thing.
Oh,
like I know people are going to be like, "What?" Like, and it's not like I go there.
That's a dangerous answer.
It's not like I go. It's not like I go there and like run through the fountains like giggling like a school child or anything. but I just love watching. Like, I love seeing it, and I love the art design of it. And to me, that besides Barnstormer, because I love Barnstormer too. To me, that's the one saving grace of that kind of whole circus area. Because it feels to me kind of like a weird space, but I love that Casey Jr. thing. And they may not have a Casey Jr. ride in Florida, but at least we can still get some Casey Jr. action just over there in the little water area. And
little splash zone.
Yeah, I like it. Every once in a while, he kind of starts going nuts, losing his little mind, and the noise gets louder and louder, and then all of a sudden, boom! This huge explosion of water comes out of his little smokestack. So I don't know. It's cute, and I like it, and
adds charm.
Yeah, it adds a lot of charm. Exactly. So
a fun fact, Tyler, sorry.
Yeah.
There are 4 vehicles in that area. Each one has a number on it, and they correlate to the years that the parks opened down here. So you have a 71, an 82, and like a 94. So yeah, next time you go there, look on the vehicles and you'll see numbers on them, and they reference the opening dates of the Walt Disney World parks.
That's cool. So yeah, now I like it even more. I mean, that's look at that. Now I got
historical
more things
factor.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. That's awesome. Okay, so for my number 2, I will just say Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, because I mean,
gotta be included.
Come on, that is by far one of the best rides in all of Magic Kingdom. And it is a very short ride. It's also, it's not the most thrilling ride, but at least they do that thing. I love it when roller coaster builders do this, where at the top of the major lift hill, they kind of give you like a little tiny dip right before you actually go down the main actual drop, right? And they do that so that if you're sitting in the front, you don't get gypped out of half of the hill, right? Like, because if you're sitting in the front train, and the back is still going up the lift hill, you're missing out on some of that lovely drop, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice that they kind of engineered it so that even if you're sitting in the front, you still get a little bit of a thrill. And I mean, like Garrett said, those animatronics are just crazy. And I think the reason they work so much better than the Frozen ones, which I still like the Frozen ones, but I think the beard really helps cover up
I don't think
kind
Elsa
of the
and Anna
seams.
can have that.
Yeah, because when you look at Anna and Elsa, they've got these weird seams around their neck because that's where the projection kind of stops and starts. But the beards really hide that, and they're actually the perfect characters for that technology. And I actually kind of believe in my heart that they decided to go with this concept because they wanted to work on these new types of animatronics, and they figured the dwarfs would be the perfect characters for it. I really do think that's why that concept kind of came about. I could be wrong.
Awesome. Yeah.
Anyway,
maybe
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. That's a great ride.
Heck
so
yeah.
Let's see. I don't even know what I want to say for my number 3, because I mean, Peter Pan was really the one, but I mean, I guess I could.
It's a small world.
Nah, see, honestly, I don't really like It's a Small World out there. I like the Disneyland one better, and
the grandeur of the Disneyland version.
Yeah, and something about I feel like I have bad luck on that ride in Magic Kingdom, where like seriously everybody and their mother is like taking flash photos every time.
Remember
I go
selfie
on that
sticks when
ride.
they're allowed?
Yeah,
Like,
selfie sticks.
those are the
and-
worst
Oh my
at
gosh.
Small World.
So I'm just like,
What about
I kind of
Dumbo
avoid
for the
Small
queue?
World. What's that?
Dumbo for the queue.
Oh,
Even though
see,
you-
yeah,
even
I
though
never
we're all
got
too
to
big
play
to
in
go
the
into it.
playground, but you know,
That's a lot of fun.
Philhar
yeah,
Magic.
I think that'd
The
be
tent.
yeah, but I will go with Peter Pan. I mean, as Katrina said, the queue is just amazing, but the ride itself is one of those things where, you know, obviously they did it over in Disneyland beforehand, but it's just one of those things where it feels very unique. There's not really
Mhm.
many rides like it, you know. Really, I can just name Peter Pan and E.T. Those are the only two rides that I can think of that are even like that. So it's just like a really cool, fun experience. I think the one thing that bothers me about the Magic Kingdom version is just the bad voice actor they got to play Captain Hook, because he does not sound at all like Captain Hook from the movie. But you know, whatever.
Way to match it up. Yeah. No.
No, but it's a great ride, and the thing that is amazing about it is that it's literally just a bunch of black box rooms, like,
Mhm.
and they just do so much with the space and make you feel like, you know, you're actually flying over Neverland, which, you know, you get a little bit of that at Disneyland, but you actually get to fly like through a more detailed version in Magic Kingdom. So I've always liked the Peter Pan in Magic Kingdom a little more than Disneyland's.
Fantastic. Well, we're interested to hear what tops your list when it comes to Fantasyland at Magic Kingdom Park. What's the best when you think about visiting that land in particular? And yes, Storybook Circus is included in that. What tops your list? Leave it in the comment section down below. We would love to hear from you.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.